Hey guys, we are live with Nathan Hirsch, right? That's how I pronounce your last name.
It is. Kim, thanks for having me, and I love your hat.
Thank you. Oh, I'm just having it on here. Let me mute this.
Yeah, you got to mute that.
Okay, so this is kind of like a very just last minute kind of live because Nathan and I, we were messaging each other, and I was like, can you go live? And he's like, I'm 100% comfortable with that. So while I'm talking to him and asking him questions, why not bring you guys in? So if you have any questions about virtual assistants or any hiring reliable people, let me know. Hey, Robert. Robert just joined. If you guys just joined, go ahead and smash that heart button. So the rest of the group will know that this is going on so they can benefit. Smash that heart button, #live. Thanks for joining us today. But all right, so Nathan, let me tell me about how you got started with FreeUp, and actually, let me know your story, really. I want to know your story. If you can tell us like a very brief story about the how Nathan Hirsch came to be.
Yeah, so I started off as a broke college kid. And even before that, I mean, my parents were both teachers. And I went to the school in the town next to me because my dad taught there. So I lived in East Longmeadow, went to school in Longmeadow, and all the kids in that town, their parents were rich. They were doctors, lawyers, dentists, business owners. And I wasn't poor by any means. I was middle class. My parents were teachers, but I always wanted what other people had, right? As a young age, that's very motivating. But it was never more evident than during the summers where my parents made me work 40, 50-hour-a-week jobs when all my friends were outside playing. So I was inside and I was learning a lot about customer service and sales and managing people. But I also realized how much I just hated working for other people and I wanted to be my own boss. So when I got to college, I kind of looked at it as a ticking clock. If I didn't figure out a way to start my own business by the time I graduated, I was going to go into the real world and be miserable the rest of my life. So I started hustling and I started buying and selling people's textbooks and created a little referral program, got lines out the door. Really cool first experience having a little bit of success as a first-time entrepreneur. And books led me to Amazon. And Amazon, this was back in 2008, before everyone knew what Amazon was. There were no courses, no gurus. And I started experimenting and I tried all these different products. I tried sporting equipment and computer games, video games, typical college guy stuff. And I just failed over and over and over. And it wasn't until I branched out of my comfort zone and I found the baby product industry that my business took off. So if you can imagine me as a 20-year-old single college guy selling millions of dollars of baby products on Amazon, that was me. And I really scaled this business using remote freelancers, remote virtual assistants. I mean, hiring college kids, I found out was pretty unreliable, and no 30-year-old wanted to come work for me full time. I was 20, 21. I didn't know what I was doing. So I got thrown into that space. And like we were chatting before, I had some good experiences hiring on different platforms, but I also had a lot of bad experiences as well. And I just hated how long it took to vet through all these people and finally find someone I like. And if they quit on me, I was right back where I started, vetting through all these people. So 3 years ago, I started my own platform, FreeUp, where we get thousands of applicants every week, vet them, take the top 1%, let them in, make them available to you quickly with 24/7 support on the back end in case you have even the smallest issue, and a no turnover guarantee. If they quit for any reason, we cover replacement costs. So that's how I went from a broke college kid to starting my Amazon business to launching FreeUp.
Wow, you were selling baby products on Amazon? What type?
So I wasn't selling like diapers or bottles. It was more like strollers and car seats and stuff like that.
Oh, so like the bigger, heavier ones.
Yeah, not huge, like normal fits in a package type size.
Oh, were you importing from China or Taiwan, or importing, or were you What was that you were importing?
So I actually worked with US manufacturers only, which I don't know if that was a good decision or a bad decision. At that time, the whole importing business, I mean, I didn't have access to it. I didn't know about it. No one was teaching me. So I went to the people that I could communicate with, the people that I knew, and that was US manufacturers. And I really built the business using just manufacturers in the US.
Oh, okay, great. Hey, Nate. Hey, Yogesh. Nate, we were just talking about you, if you're still here. Guys, smash the heart button if you're here live and hashtag live. But yeah, I was telling Nathan about you, Nate, how it's such a small world, how the
Oh, Nate McAllister?
Yeah.
What up, dude?
How it's such a small world, how you guys all know each other if you're part of the Amazon sphere. But that's awesome, Nathan. So, you know, a lot of people, normal people, would get frustrated with their platform and not create a whole other platform. You know, they wouldn't. That's such a big venture in my mind to create an entire huge platform. Oops, I should mute that. But what gave you the audacity to be like, screw this, I'm gonna create my own platform? It's such a big endeavor for me. And when you got started, did you get started with like mentors or what did the first website come about? How did it come about?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any mentors. There wasn't people telling me, oh, this is how you start a marketplace. At least I didn't find any. But I mean, whenever you start a platform or any business, you don't know what the client reaction is going to be. And we tried to get out there with a minimum viable product. I was telling you before, I had these freelancers from my Amazon business that I thought were very good and reliable. And I started offering them to other sellers. And I listened to their feedback. And that gave me ideas to build our software and how to vet for new people and get them onto our platform and how to improve our customer service and our systems and our processes. And we really built up from there. So we started small. We started with a very basic software with 10 to 20 freelancers, which a few clients, and really grew from there. There was never a point where I just said, hey, here's $100,000. Let's dump it and build this massive thing. It was, let's start small and let's slowly grow month after month and just keep getting better over time. And even now, and I mean, we went from 1 million to 5 million to 9 million last year. We're still in that lean business mentality where we're trying to make small changes to get better and better every single day. And that's really how I've found success in my business.
Oh, wow. And well, that's so amazing. So for the audience, guys, if you have questions, let us know. This is interactive. If you have any questions about hiring, so how do you vet your freelancers because, you know, someone could just come up to you and be like, oh yeah, I'm really experienced. I'm really good at this. Do you vet your freelancers now by looking at their previous work on other platforms if they go to yours? Or how does that work? Because the reason why I ask that is because I do hire on Upwork and there is unreliability there, but their profiles are like 90%, you know, completion rate and all these positive things because generally, I don't think people like to give negative ratings.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really judge. We don't use other platforms to judge the people that try to get on our platform. Like you said, I can't tell you how many people with 5-star reviews I've hired that didn't give me a 5-star experience. So we do our own vetting there. But we get thousands of applicants every week from all over the world. These are virtual assistants, freelancers, agencies. We vet them for skill, for attitude, for communication. For skill, we have different skill tests, and they don't need to be a 10 out of 10 skill-wise. They can be a 5 or a 3 out of 10. What we care about is, are they honest about what they can and cannot do, and are they priced accordingly? And if they're a graphic designer, we look at their work. If they're an Amazon expert, we have Amazon questions. So skill is different depending on what it is, and we've spent a lot of time building these tests. And on the back end, attitude and communication is the same for everyone as we vet them. So for attitude, we do one-on-one interviews. We look for people who are passionate about what they do, who aren't just in it for a paycheck. And then on the back end, we have the communication, which is 15 pages of communication best practices that I wrote myself based on my own bad communication experiences that they have to memorize and get on the platform. And once they get through all of that, which is a vigorous process, and we only let in 1 out of every 100 people, once they're on, we're very quick to remove them from our platform. If they're taking on projects they can't do at a high level, or not a place to experiment on our clients, if they get bad feedback when it comes to attitude or skill, and then obviously poor communication if we have to chase them if they're not communicating with their clients. So that's really our vetting process and how we've been able to maintain such high quality. And the one thing about the marketplace is, I mean, my calendar is right on the site. My phone number is right on the site. And I spend very little time dealing with freelancer issues. 99% of the time, they do a fantastic job. I love the freelancers in our network. They're incredible people. They're incredible workers. And there's always going to be that 1%. People are human. Stuff happens. And when it does, my team jumps in quickly. We make it right with the client. We make sure that it's fair to all parties. And then we move forward. And that's really what we're all about.
All right, awesome. You wrote 15 communication best practices. I think that's brilliant. I think that's awesome. Hey, Ray. Hey, Mike. Thanks for joining. Drop a comment. Drop a number in the comments if you're watching. 101. Drop 101. I got this from founder of DashClicks. He's like, instead of doing #live, drop a number. So drop 101 if you're watching this in the comments, and let us know that you're here. And if you have any questions for Nathan, let me know. So when you're the 15 communication best practices, I feel like that applies to almost everything. Like, everyone needs to learn how to communicate well in order to even get anywhere. So for you, like, okay, here's a question that I'm curious about. How big is your team now that runs your FreeUp company? And how did you manage to hire for your own people versus including freelancers onto your platform?
So we only hire from our own platform. So all the day-to-day operations are done by virtual assistants in the Philippines. All our customer service, I have people that monitor my Skype, my email, my live chat 24/7. They do our billing, they do our social media. And then all of our high-level stuff, the Facebook ads, the blog post, that's all freelancers on our platform and agencies that have other clients too on our platform that use the same people. And for example, I have someone who runs my Twitter, and I have clients all the time that say, hey, can you introduce me to who runs your Twitter? And they're an agency and they're scalable, and I introduce them and they build them through the platform. So I really practice what I preach, and I only use people that have already been vetted by my team before they get into the network to run my business.
So all your current staff is from your current platform?
Yeah, and they're not all staff. I mean, some of them are virtual assistants. Some of them are freelancers. They might be a graphic designer that does a few projects for me a month, or they might be an agency that I hire to run my Facebook ads every week. So you got to get that flexibility in the gig economy where you can hire full-time VAs, part-time VAs, people for projects, people for ongoing weekly or monthly work, and you can plug people in however you need them for your business.
Okay. And so do you poll the people who come in, like your users, what stops them from moving forward, or what stops them from doing more hiring or being more active on your platform? Because for me, I feel like a lot of people are afraid to go and hire someone just because they go from this world where they're not telling someone what to do, they're being told what to do all the time, to all of a sudden like being a boss and being responsible emotionally, having all that, intercommunication, everything is just suddenly like there. If you hire someone, do you what helps someone from not hiring to being comfortable with hiring? Have you ever polled your people or users?
Yeah, I mean, we ask people for feedback all the time. We love feedback. We've really built the marketplace on feedback, trying to make it better and better for people. At the same time, I mean, we're always trying to do everything we can. So we have our blog, we have our YouTube video, we have our Facebook group called Outsourcing Masters, and we're constantly putting content in there to make hiring less scary and to help them, because we can, like you said, we can provide good people, but if you don't know what to do with them, and it doesn't do you much good. And then there's other parts of it, like how can our software get better? And we're launching a brand new UI in the next few weeks that I'm really excited about, that I think will make it easier, because people that have hired before, they're used to the Fivers, they're used to the Upworks, and our business model is different. So we need to make it easier and easier for people to understand how we work, so there's no confusion, and the confusion is where you lose people along the way. And then I mentioned our customer support, where we're available 24/7. I mean, we don't consult. We don't go in and say, you need to hire this person right now. That's not how we do business. But people have questions. People want our advice, and we can tell them what's worked for us, what's worked for other clients. We can say, hey, here are some different options. We can obviously answer any questions they have on the platform, on hiring in general. So from all three angles, from before, from during, from after, it's a constant process to try to get improved, and try to improve, and to get feedback to improve all of that.
Cool. So you're launching a new UI. For those of you who aren't techie, UI mean user interface. And there's also another thing called UX, which is user experience. So right. It'll be a new like makeover, right, for your site. So that's really exciting. When someone comes in to your site, do they get credit to start using it? How does that work? Being the user experience portion of it.
So it's free to sign up. There's no monthly fee. There's no minimums. There's no obligation. You can stop using us at any time. It's in our best interest to get you people that you actually like. You don't have to buy hours or anything like that. I mean, our billing periods are Wednesday to Tuesday. We charge you every Thursday for any hours you use, and we pay the freelancer next Thursday. So you have a full week to dispute anything if it's wrong. Fixed prices, just like other platforms. We hold it in escrow until the project is done, and then we release it. The other side of it, once you create an account, there's no browsing, which we really like, and a lot of people hate that browsing side. Instead, you put in a request. We fill it within a business day. You can meet with them, make sure you like it. You like them. If you like them, you can hire them. You can negotiate rate. You can agree to fixed prices. If you don't like them, you click pass and provide us feedback, and we get you someone else based on that feedback. So that's really how we do it, which is definitely different than the other platforms out there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is different, because for me, I definitely browse on Upwork. Hey, Doug, thanks for joining us. Let us know you guys are here. Hashtagging live. Don't just lurk, okay? Let me know you're here. And if you have any questions, there are no questions right now. I don't know why, but definitely ask us questions about how to hire. Nathan, I actually did a freebie giveaway of like, I'll let you use one of my virtual assistants for a day or two, just as a prize because you won this contest.
Right.
And they don't even take me up on that. Like they don't want that. So I'm like, man, there's so much, I don't know, there's so much blockage between just hiring your first person or just hiring. And then for the few people who don't have that blockage or who got through it, they're just killing it because they're able to quickly get stuff done more, to just pull someone in Facebook or whatever it is. So I don't know if you what are the issues that you've encountered in trying to grow your company, trying to get people in, or right now you have 1,000 people applying all the time, but at the very beginning, was it difficult to get the momentum going, or was it pretty easy as it is now?
I mean, I would never say anything in business is easy. And like you said, before we talk about that, I mean, you have to hire if you want to scale. If you don't hire people, you can do it yourself for a little while, but at some point you're going to hit that wall where you can't get any higher. And there's very few $5 million a year solo entrepreneurs out there. You have to hire if you want to grow. I mean, nothing's easy. We spent a lot of time trying to make this experience good. And I think having a referral program off the ground where when people had a good experience, they kept telling other people about it, both from the client and the freelancer side, was key. And whenever you start a new business, and you should always do this, but treat clients like gold, treat all users, all partners, and keep building relationships with people. And that's the fastest way to scale. And once you start making money, put money into ads or to going on podcasts or conferences or however, whatever marketing budget makes sense. But that starting that large referral network is a great way to get a good sustainable business off the ground. And of course, hiring the right people. I mean, even for me, I get billed 1,200 plus hours a week from my people, and I couldn't do it without them. I can't work that many hours a week. So hiring the right people is the key to growing your business.
Mm. And cool. Jessica actually has a question. Hey, Jessica, thanks for joining us. She says she wants to be a virtual assistant and then hire some later. So she's curious about what particulars you look for that are requirements and deal breakers. So
yeah, I kind of mentioned the skill, the attitude, and the communication. That's what we look for. We look for people for all skill sets, all price points. So you can apply on the website. And of course, if you want to create a client account to hire people, mention this Facebook Live and get a free $25 credit to try us out.
Ooh, yay. Free $25 credit. Free $25 credit if you mention this live. Yes, something for my audience.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Hong, thanks for joining us. Hashtag live if you hear live, and hashtag replay if you hear for the replay, you guys. And smash the heart button. This was like completely not announced live, so random, but I really wanted to bring Nathan in because I know a lot of you would benefit from making that first step of hiring a freelancer, just because a lot, from my own experience, a lot of the successful entrepreneurs that I meet on a weekly basis always outsource. They always outsource. Even if they have full-time staff, they always outsource. And that's been my experience. So cool. Jessica says, cool, thanks. If you guys have any questions, Huang, let me know if you have any questions. Doug, Ray, and anyone joining us right now, smash the heart button. Okay. Jessica says, cool, thanks. You're welcome. So what is it? So, you know, I want to ask you some of my own questions, like more personal. When you were building your company, was there any point? What was like the low point? Did you have to go through some hardship, or what was like some low points of your entrepreneurship career? And if you had them, what did you do to overcome them? Because I want to know.
No, it was just straight up. There was nothing. No, I'm just kidding. Every entrepreneur has the ups and downs. And I mean, one of the biggest one is back in the day with my Amazon business, I hired someone and I spent 6 months teaching them how to run my entire business. And on the flip side, I had this one manufacturer I really liked, and I only listed their products. I stopped working with other manufacturers because we were so good with them. And I went on vacation, had my business on autopilot, is running without me. Money's just going into my bank account. I'm at an ultimate high. And on the first day of my vacation, supplier drops me and the person quits on me within 3 hours of each other. So I went from this, oh man, I'm on top of the world, to let's start all over again. But I learned a very valuable lesson about diversification and departmentalizing your hirings and not putting all your eggs in one basket. And yeah, I mean, business is always like this, right? You're always having the highs and the lows. And we just came off our best month on FreeUp, and it's easy to be like, oh, we're awesome and nothing bad's going to happen. But we're always one thing away from it coming crashing down. And that's part of what's being an entrepreneur, and why you have to stay even keeled. When things are bad, life's not over. You gotta fight your way back up and problem solve. And when you're at the top, you can't get complacent. You have to keep pushing forward and know that things are going to happen that you can't control. So that's always been my mentality.
Oh, wow. Your first day of vacation and it just fell apart like that. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously you pushed through it and you're successful with it. So that's really cool. The reason why I asked that question, because I want to show whoever's listening that it wasn't all just roses and just awesome stuff all the time.
Right.
And, it's, you know, a lot of times when they're like, Kim, like, can I just do this really quickly? Can this be really easy? And I want to say, hey, yeah, it can be quick. You can make it easy if you want. you can have that easy attitude going forward, like, oh, I can do this. But in terms of people who actually make it, build their actual business, they've been war beaten. Like, they've been through so much, and it's so many things that happen that it's constant trying to put out fires, dodge certain things that unless they kind of try to walk that path, it's like they really have no idea. And I don't know. Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that, like kind of on a tangent. But
No, I completely agree. I mean, you keep using the word easy. I would never use that to describe being an entrepreneur. I mean, even when stuff goes your way and maybe something happens fast and you have success quicker than you think, it's not easy. You still put a lot of effort and a lot of planning and all that comes in. But yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Usman. Hey, Chris Underwood. Thanks for joining us. Hashtag live if you're here live, you guys, and hashtag replay if you're here for the replay, and smash the heart button. So Chris, I don't, let me see. I feel like I have some questions of my own that are a little bit different than what the audience might ask. But since the audience is not asking really any questions at all besides Jessica. So during, like, at this point, what are you trying to accomplish with your company? Like at this point, like how can other people come in and help you, or how can I help you at this point? Do I bring in my own people to use your platform, which is the obvious thing, or like what's your business development strategy at this point?
Good question. So we want to work with as many people as possible in the e-commerce and the marketing community. So obviously, if you know clients, we have a great referral program. People looking to hire, you get 50 cents for every hour that we build to them forever. So that's there. But we also like to work with influencers like Nate McAllister, like other people that have their own audience. I mean, that's how we've been able to grow, is by getting in front of audiences and then taking really, really good care of that audience and making the influencer looking good, giving a kickback on the referrals. And we're always looking for different ways to partner with different companies. So continuing to introduce us to people, spread the word about FreeUp. If you hear someone's looking for a freelancer or a virtual assistant, or they've been frustrated by the other platforms, give us a mention and know that we're going to take really good care of them when they get to us.
Oh, I didn't know you have a 50 cents for every hour referral program. That's really interesting.
Yeah, you should create an account so you get that.
Hey, Lance. Hey, Everest. Thanks for joining us. Lance says, yo. So is that your affiliate program, or?
Yeah, referral affiliate program, same thing. I mean, there's an affiliate link inside your account. You can give that out. You can introduce them directly to me. You can have them sign up and mention your name or your Facebook Live, and we'll still make sure that you get credit.
Oh, Usman has a question, and I really don't know what Top Towel is either.
Top Towel is for developers, so they deal in like the $100, $150 an hour plus range. Their markup's a lot bigger. They're a little bit more like an agency where they project manage the work for you. We have the top 1%, but we have a wide range of people from $5 to $100 an hour, over 100 skill sets. Normally, we don't go into that same 150 plus developer range. That's not really what our core competency is. So same concept where they vet people and let them on. A little different execution, because with us, we're a marketplace. You're working directly with the freelancer opposed to them project managing it, and a completely different skill sets that you would get on their platform from our platform.
Oh, that's great. I don't even know Top Towel. Top Towel or Top Tie?
Top Towel.
Top Towel. Well, there's so many platforms out there. Hey, Usman, I hope that answers your question. So FreeUp isn't just about software developers. They're ranging from accounting to whatever you need, logo, right, everything. So yeah, give them a try, Usman, and you get 25% credit if you mention this live, and you go on FreeUp. That's for everyone who's watching as well. So all right. I usually have a list of questions. Hold on.
It's all good. I have to actually head out soon anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to wrap up? Okay. Yeah. Let's wrap up soon. If you guys don't have any other questions, I want to let you know that FreeUp exists. It's a marketplace. You get $25 credit if you mention this live. And I highly, highly encourage you to go there and hire your virtual assistant. If you've never done any hiring before, don't be afraid to do so, because if you just talk to anyone, the people who are killing it in the digital marketing space or just to grow their little bootstrap company, everyone is using virtual assistants. And if you think you can do everything by yourself and not outsource anything because you're afraid of like, oh, what if they steal your information? Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to ask you. Do you, because I know this from my own experience, that people fear hiring because they fear this stealing of intellectual property,
Right.
and just, you know, passwords or credit card information. How does FreeUp reassure their users that this isn't a thing, or it doesn't happen, or if it does happen, what do you do to protect your hire people?
Yeah, I mean, you're using people at your own risk. There's nothing I can do to make that risk zero. I've been hiring for years. I have never had a serious issue. We bill 15,000 hours a week, never had a serious issue. And it's so hard to get onto our platform that, I mean, once they're on, they care a lot more about providing for their family and growing their freelance business than they do about stealing your information. And I'm sure if we bill enough hours, eventually something will happen, because that's real life, but the chances are a lot smaller than you think. And by building a relationship with people, I mean, we have an NDA, we have terms of use that they sign, but are you really going to chase someone across the Philippines over a piece of paper? Probably not. The best way is to build a relationship with people. And if you do that, 99.9% of the time, you don't run into issues. And again, hiring is the only way to scale your business. If you want to scale your business, at some point, you're going to have to trust someone. And it's part of being an entrepreneur is risky, and hiring is no different.
Cool. I completely agree with that. Because I teach my Chrome Boss Masterclass, some of them hesitate to start the process of having their own software because they're so afraid of hiring and having their idea taken from them. And I want to reassure you guys, they want income so they can feed their families. They want, you know, they want income so that they can build a good relationship with you that's long term, so that they can continue working with you. Rarely, if ever, not even once, has anyone I hired as a virtual assistant try to steal information from me. And they're very protective. If they have more than one client, they're not going to tell you information from you, and they're not going to disclose what you have to other people as well. That's my own personal experience. I've been hiring for the past 5 years virtual assistants, and for all types of things. And so to me, yeah, definitely check out FreeUp. I'm going to check out FreeUp because Nathan gave me a coupon or some credit for it. So mention this live and go over there and just do your first hire, or if you already hired already, try them out, because they differ from Upwork in that all their people are vetted. And so the likelihood of you getting ghosted or someone running away is very low. So hopefully that's the case when they do go over there. All right. Well, Nathan, how will we find you? How can my audience find you? And do you ask? Oh, Usman says he's gonna sign up. Yes, Usman.
Yeah.
Oh, good job. How do we find you, Nathan? Do you?
If you go to freeup.com, you can create a free account. My calendar is right at the top. If anyone wants to meet with me, check out the FreeUp blog, the FreeUp YouTube channel, and our Facebook group, Outsourcing Masters. And I look forward to meeting a lot of you.
Okay, so that's how you find Nathan. FreeUp.com. There's a calendar.
And I'll send you some links to post too.
Okay, I'll do that. I hear a dog.
I know. My dog just heard something. I don't know what it was, but they came running.
He was silent, or she was silent this whole time.
Yeah.
All right, so cool. I think that's it, you guys. No more questions. Thanks, Usman. Yay, Lance says hashtag FreeUp. Cool. So I'm going to click end broadcast right now, Nathan. Then So I'll say bye to you privately, and I'm gonna click end podcast now. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining. Bye.
Bye.
Oh yeah, if you like that video, then you will love all the resources that I have over at kimcdang.com. That is KIMCDANG.com. There you will find all my courses, my extensions, all the offers that I have, as well as a lot of free resources if you are just getting started.